All right, Washington State head baseball coach Brian Green joins us after a weekend series at Oregon State and a busy week for the Cougs. They stay on the road and head to UNLV for a two-game set Tuesday and Wednesday down in Las Vegas, and then they head down to Arizona State, a nationally ranked team right now, down to Arizona State for another Pac-12 road series. So we'll open it up for questions. Let's go, Jamie Vinnick from Coug Fan. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey, Coach. Brandon really pitched well Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, the Oregon State bats kind of got going with 19 runs, 24 hits, and then were also issued 17 walks. Do you think the walks maybe had something to do with just the not the intimidation, but just kind of the depth that Oregon State has in their lineup and the ability to hit 1 through 9?
Jamie, yeah, obviously Brandon really had it going. The movement was great. He had some really crisp stuff on it. With regards to Oregon State and credit them offensively at the plate, but, really felt it was just a matter of us. Oregon State Goss Stadium's a great place to play, and it's a great place to pitch. And Oregon State certainly has one of the best staffs in the country. We saw big arm after big arm, but, it's also a place where it's a big park, so you can't be afraid of contact. And I thought our pitchers, particularly yesterday, they were a little bit, and we talked about it. And so I don't know necessarily if it had anything to do with Oregon State's depth. Obviously they're a great team and confident and very confident at home and certainly grinded bats. But we were too passive in the strike zone yesterday in particular. And going into a game like that where you're going to staff it, and you're going to staff it just given what we were and where we are in our season right now with how much baseball we're compressing. That was a legitimate plan for us, was to get Brandon under the lights and show big velocity. That was great. I think we were a couple of offensive executions away on Saturday from changing that game. We had second and third one out twice in the second and third innings, and we weren't able to execute there. And credit their guy, was great on the mound. And then yesterday, just too many free passes, 9 free passes, 3 HBP. I mean, that's 3 free runs. And when you lose 9-8, there you have it. So, we've got to do a better job of that in the bullpen, and our guys know that. Our starting pitching has been phenomenal. We've had a nice number of 3-4 guys out of the bullpen who have just been as consistent as can be, but we really need to find that stretch, with that 8, 9, 10 guy in the pen, as well as that 8, 9 guy in the lineup.
Obviously, this is another kind of unique scheduling week. You get 5 games this week. How does your rotation play out to where you can get your guys in, but then also, to keep guys fresh in that sense?
Yeah, it's going to be a grind. And that's why, Jamie, I brought that up. Is just, we've got to do a better job of throwing strikes and getting some innings. If you look at yesterday, I mean, I think we had 5 guys in by the 5th inning. And, we've got 2 days in Vegas. Vegas is a great opportunity for us. I think they're 7-3. They've got a high RPI. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us. But Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll have some guys who weren't on the 27 this weekend, primarily pitching. Hopefully that we can stretch that and grind that out. But we're going to have to piece that together on the mound and make sure that Brandon and Zane and TBA on Sunday are fresh and we're in a good position going into Tempe.
Who will start the 2 games this week, the UNLV games?
To be quite honest, we don't know yet. We're going to spend today, we have 3 or 4 candidates, our best potential strike throwers, but we'll talk about that today. It'll be somebody that probably didn't throw on the weekend, who will be coming from outside of the 27. And we'll talk about that today, and we'll throw that out later on. But we know that whatever we do, it's going to be kind of a piece together. These 7-8 guys are going to really have to give us 2-3 innings at a shot.
Just out of curiosity, what was the explanation that you were given for the play down the first base line yesterday where it looked like it flicked off Manzo's glove? They called it fouled and they reversed it fair. What was kind of the explanation you were given for that?
Well, I just asked if just in terms of, we're not using replay and the ball was called foul. So, I know we're making an adjustment here, and the guys, I thought they handled it really well. And I was told that there is a part in the rule book that is called umpire discretion, and when there's an egregious mistake, you can do something with it. So it's some version of that, but I thought that the staff, the umpiring crew, was great all weekend, and that was a really interesting play. But I thought they got it right. So. We probably went our way a little bit that it was first and second, but anyways, that was it. They felt like they had made a mistake, and they tried to correct it, and I thought they handled it really well.
And then lastly, you've kind of used a few different guys in the outfield along with Montez and Van. We've seen Brady, we've seen Keith Jones, we've seen McKeon. How do you kind of feel like that third outfielder spot is kind of shaping up in that battle's playing out.
We're excited about it. I'm really excited about it. We went into this weekend wanting to do exactly what we did, and that's let's get Keith out there. Let's get McKeon out there just in terms of a left-right and a potential platoon. Both those guys can hit. Both of them are really competitive. McKeon's been unbelievable. He's in limited time. Every at-bat that he's had off the bench has been quality. So he gets a start against the left-hander who was really tough and had, obviously hit an absolute mammo out to center field, and he's having a lot of quality bats. So we started him again yesterday against a right-hander with another big arm, and he's been great. Keith's been great. So we've got potentially a right-left. I'll tell you, Jamie, the biggest thing that we have to do offensively is number one, Kyle Russell is getting close to coming back. That'll give us a little length with the lineup athletically. But then also is just having the ability to maximize our offense when we need to. Yesterday we caught TP, and we did that in order to open up a DH spot that gave us Jones and McKeon in the lineup at the same time. But we're working Vanderbeek out at second base and, just trying to think about ways to stretch it. We've got some good hitters on the bench right now. There's a Brady Hill and there's a Stancato, and we're really trying to find ways to stretch that because we think we've got a chance to be pretty offensive.
Great. Thanks, Skip. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right, Coach, next question from Scott Hood. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, Scott. How are you?
Just reflect on your first Pac-12 win. Obviously, you've coached in this league before as an assistant, but obviously it's a different deal when you're the head guy. So, just talk about that and then what the emotions you experienced after that win.
Well, yeah, it was exciting, and I think, Scott, we come into this thing 9-2, and had progressively worked our schedule on the road to get us to this spot. Portland was a really competitive game on a Wednesday. So anyways, we go into Corvallis, and for me, I told the guys, look, there's no better place to open up Pac-12 play. I mean, it's probably the best pitching staff, certainly in the conference, but if not one of the top 5 in the country. Tough place to hit, tough place to win. It had been 11 straight games for us. So anyways, emotionally for me, it was, I was really just in an optimistic state of, I really wanted to see how our guys were going to compete. We haven't had a conference opportunity in 2 years. And the last time that we had that, our memories were pretty poor. So emotionally for me, it was cool. I think I was more of a fan just watching our guys compete at an incredible level on a Friday night, going toe to toe with, Abel was one of the best pitchers in the country, and seeing what Brandon was doing. When it was over, that's when it got emotional for me. My mom was here. I started my coaching career here in the Pac-12 in Corvallis for Coach Case. And that was a special personal moment, but I was really just enjoying watching our kids compete. It was awesome.
Are you guys even thinking about Arizona State at this point, or are you just focusing entirely on the 2 games at UNLV?
Yeah, great question. Totally Vegas. That the hard part is making sure that we do a good job from a coaching staff perspective of managing what we can do in the bullpen to make sure that we go into Tempe, because obviously they've got a great offense down there, fresh. But at the same time, we've got a 5 or 4 bullet post series and post week that we have in terms of what we do well and what do we need to improve on it. And we really want to attack that as we go into Vegas, at least from a mental standpoint of what can we really focus on, do better at. Obviously, commanding it on the mound. There were some positives at the plate for us that I thought our swing shortened up a little bit on Sunday and Friday, got a little long on Saturday. Still maintaining that 2-strike approach and working 1-to-1 ratio and offensively executing. But it's all Vegas right now for us. We're in that climb mode, Scott, we're just trying to get better. And obviously we're really excited about getting to Tempe now. You're a hit away from winning a series, and you're a couple of executions away from being in the middle of all 3 games in Corvallis. So our guys are excited. I think the expectations have changed for us internally, which is great. But it's still Vegas to get better.
You've talked about how difficult 4 games weekend series are, especially on a pitching staff. You've now got 5 games and 4 games and 5 games in 6 days here. So how's that going to stretch the pitching staff from your perspective?
This, and we knew it going in, but we wanted to do it. We knew we were going to be on the road forever. And back when we were going to have a week 4 at home and potentially week 3 way back when. So anyways, when we scheduled this though, we knew that this was the stretch. And for us, when we put it together, it was, we've got Corvallis, we've got Tempe, 2 of the tougher places to play in the league. And we're going to need to bring guys and keep guys fresh, because Scott, what we were thinking of this was with Pac-12 play, you got the 27-man roster. we really wanted to have midweeks before both, and even the middle. It keeps the culture fresh. It keeps the locker room fresh. The guys not on the 27 are still a part of it. So those guys that haven't been a part of this week are going to be right in the middle of it, you know. But it's going to be the most challenging week of the year for us. Who's getting who? Just came off a big emotional weekend, and then we've got 2 against a really good opponent on the road, back to back, where we're down pitching wise, and we're going to need to step up. And then we go to Tempe. So this is the week for us, and if we can get through this healthy, mentally, physically, and then go home with Stanford, we could be in a really good position for our program.
Thanks. Good luck.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Yep.